Alrighty, welcome everybody to GW2 DecoTools.com. First off, brief overview. The website is available for free. You don't have to make an account or anything like that. You don't have to look at it like this in red or anything. Red and black, that's my Inquest. It's powered by the Inquest. You can change from Inquest mode to Leyline mode, and if you like that color a little bit better. But today, I like Inquest, so we're going to stick with that. So up here in the left corner, you're going to see that the helper is not currently active. You can actually download the helper. It pretty much grabs the game data and like for position and stuff like that, as well as API endpoints. So you don't have to guess how many decorations you have. Let's just go over the very first setup here. If you have downloaded the helper tool, the first thing you're going to want to do is just run it really quick. Once you run it, the first time you run it, it's not going to show here, but the very first time you run it, this window will pop up for you, and it's going to have you insert your API key. So I haven't utilized these guys yet. This will be in a later version. But once you get the API key inserted in there, you never again have to worry about entering it even in future versions because it's saved on your computer. So we're going to go ahead and just, we can close that because it stays right here in your system tray. So don't worry about that. That'll just run in the back end. But over here on the website, it says red still. It's not a live update. It says refresh to update. So go ahead and refresh. And there it is. Now we have a yellow helper, which is telling us that our API is connected. Now it's going to take a minute to connect to the game to get the working for us here. I don't know. Let me go ahead and there it is. Now we're green. API green. Sometimes it just takes a couple refreshes to work, but let's get moving with this because I'm rambling on about every little thing. So now that you have the tool running, the first tool on here is the Deco Mover. We do not need our helper for this at all. This is available to anybody. But first, we're going to take a look at one decoration I have here. Let's go ahead and load just our AT-AT. There it is. I don't have any other version of the AT-AT on here, so let's load that up. And there is our AT-AT. If I want to move this guy using the traditional method on the site, first things first, I'm just going to guess that this is the front. Let's use the front of the toe here. I'll stand right here, right by the toe, and let's go ahead and clear our decorations. Yep. And then let's go into decorate mode, get ourselves a little box, like a basic crate. That'll work. Move that over here. There we go. We're just gonna hit 1 just so we can place it with the original scale and rotation, and that's about where the toe is for the for our AT-AT. So we'll go ahead and just place that there, and then we're gonna save it out. Might help if I hit save first. Say AT-AT start. We're gonna export that. Then we can close that, and then what you're going to do is we're going to you can delete it or you can move it, doesn't matter. Let's just say we want to move our AT-AT over here. We'll put them right on this dirt plot right here. So it's kind of a long setup for this initial, but you know that's all I had to work with at the time. So we want his toe to be right there. So his left foot, toe right there. Okay, and then we're going to save this one out. We're going to call it AT-AT end. And that doesn't work. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go back to our tools over here. And let's load up our decorations. So we'll go here, I don't need this open anymore. Go to our Homestead. So here's our AT-AT. We're going to drop it into our main decoration XML. Then we're going to get ourselves our AT-AT start, drop it in the start location, AT-AT end, put it in our end location, and then we're just going to simply say move decoration. So this is good for just basic moves, and put it in our downloads folder. We'll drop it into our homesteads. Like I said before, this will be automatically updated later to simplify things. And then if we go into load, there it is. There's our moved version of the AT-AT. It automatically updates the XML with the moved tag at the end. So if we load, let me get out of the way here. I don't want it to land on me. So let's go ahead and load that. And there it is. It's been moved entirely. You didn't have to move a single piece. It gets pretty simple to move that, you know, over time, but let's go ahead and try another method here. Let's just delete that. And let's go ahead and delete both of those as well. What I can also do is use the world 0 option here. What this is going to do is going to bring us to world 0. Just leave it at Homestead for now. This will just get you back to world 0 if your decoration is missing somewhere. So if it ended up in a hill or in a floor or something, this will put it somewhere pretty common. So we're just going to say move decoration here. And then we can go to our downloads here, and this is also going to have the same file name. So we're going to say load, and we're going to get, this one says zeroed, so we're going to say load selected. And that's at world 0. It's in the ground, but now you at least know where it is. And if you do an offset with the Guildhall offset, it'll lift it up and move it over a little bit. But now let me show you something really cool. The interactive move tool, which is still kind of in beta testing right now. No more start and stop positions here, alright? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get, you can click that, or you can simply just drag and drop, which I prefer. I'm going to delete this 0 and 1. Let's say I want to, let's go ahead and drop it. Let's use a smaller model. We'll use the, we'll use the AT-AT. And I want to move this AT-AT. Let me stop decorating there. I can hop on a mount. I want this AT-AT over here. This is his new home over here, but I forgot to place a box. I don't need to place a box. It's okay, because now wherever my character stands, the mumble data from the game itself, if you have the tool running, is going to talk to the website. This is going to move the whole group all the way to my character here. It won't be from the toe of that object, it'll be from the very center bottom, or center average middle of all of them together, or from the top if you want to orient it to the top. We'll work with bottom because this works best for objects on the ground. So we'll just move to character position, and there it is. So now we have the new moved version. Let's go ahead and just simply, let me get out of the way here because it's going to land right on me. Load layout, load, and there it is. I didn't have to go through any mess at all. Simple, drag and drop, hit a button, done. And once it downloads, you just load it up, and it's in the position. It'll be centered right above your character. Or you always want to move after you make the file because it's going to land right on you. But yeah, that's the new move tool, the interactive move tool. But it only works if you are using the helper. But let's move on from there. Now we have the newly updated version of the Deco counter. This tool can be used simply with or without the helper. Without the helper, what's going to happen is you're going to drop in the decoration. So we'll say the AT-AT here. We'll just drop her in there. Once the AT-AT is loaded up and you hit count, it'll just show you every decoration, how many of each decoration you need. But clicking that button, now it shows how many you need to build it. It's going to give you a full list here of each decoration that was used. And then over here, it's going to tell you how many decorations you are missing. Right now, it all says 0 because I own every single decoration that's required for this. But, for example, one of my buddies gave me this don't delete. And let's count don't delete. So pretty much it's going to show us the exact same thing the other one did, but this time you'll see I'm missing certain decorations. So if I wanted to load this up but don't want to have to keep using the website, just simply download the list and it's going to load up just a text file, exact same formatting, don't have to worry about it being any different. You just save that anywhere you want, save it in your downloads, doesn't matter. Now you know what the count is that you'll need for this specific file. Let's take a look at our map swap tool. This one is going to be getting an update very soon. Right now the map swap tool is just a very basic drop in your XML, switch it between Hearth's Glow, Commercial Style, And if you have guild halls, switch between those guild halls. There's no other logic to it but that. It's going to download automatically. I don't really have to show you how this works. It's pretty basic. But let's move on from there. First, I'm just going to jump to the end here to the inspector. This tool is not widely used, but if you run into an error loading your XML, like if you hand modified it and something goes wrong, just drop it in here and run inspect. It'll show you if something's going on with that. If I run inspect, finish, no errors found. So pretty much it just finds any malformations or anything that doesn't work within the code, and it will do its best to fix it. If it can't fix it, then it'll just tell you which lines the problems are on, and you can probably figure it out from there. But this tool is just kind of in its infancy stage. I'll get back to working on that one later. Deco extraction we'll get to in a sec here, but let's look at the Deco merge. So let's go ahead and merge some decos. So let's say you want to merge like the ATAT here, and let's say this don't delete here. It's going to load up your files here. It's even going to show you how many of the 2000 maximum you can have. It's going to show you the total decoration count between the two here, but you don't have to just load one file. Let's say I want to do the ATAT and I want to do all these guys right here. So let's do these 4 files. Let's go like this and drop those into place there. Loaded 4 files, and it shows you all 4 files here. It's going to tell you Homestead. Now the reason it tells you Homestead is because it's going to be able to identify if you drop a guild hall into place here. So it says mismatch right here, and you're not going to be able to merge your decorations at all because they don't match up. But let's go ahead and get that out of there. Let's go back to our merge options here. Let's say I take a full scene here, like let's do guild hall. So Pew's big ass track. We're going to drop that into place here. That's our first one. We've got a mismatch because I haven't done it here. You'll notice a guild pop-up here showed up, and now it's populating our guild list. It's live checking our API to see what our guilds are and getting that information live. If I want to merge for Pew's Guild Hall, now I know. So this is for Pew's Guild Hall. This is going to Pew's Guild Hall. So everything in this one matches the guild right here. So anything I want to add to it, now let's say I want to add this pyramid. Drop it here. And now we have a match. We have 2 guild hall matches. However, we've exceeded our deco limit here. Now we can still download it, but it's not going to let you load the entire thing in game. What I can do is load up, let's do 2 smaller ones here to make it simpler. We'll do time is here first, and we'll say Sam's Pyramid. Okay, they're both there already. And then I want to put them in Pew's. This is just going to calculate how many I need for Pew's Guild Hall. So if I hit merge, it's going to merge those 2, or however many you have here. And it's also going to tell us how many decorations we're missing in Pew's Guild Hall. Because I built this for Pew's, so all the decorations that are in both those files, this is what we're missing in that specific guild. Okay, and now let's do one more check with this guy here. Let's go back to our homesteads. And now we're going to do, let's do the ATAT, put it up here. And then let's add all those guys here. And it shows that we're still under our count, we're good. And if I merge decorations, there it goes. And now it's going to give us our merged file. It's going to say that all decorations are already unlocked. So, because I do have all those decorations. So we're not worried about that. That's just going to help you. It kind of gives you a mini version of the deco counter within this little panel here. So you don't have to do the deco counter if you know that you're merging. Let's say I've already merged a bunch of files together. Using the merge tool, we can actually undo it, but I don't have to necessarily undo any specific thing. I can actually go to our extraction here, drop in the file we just loaded, view our deco groups, and it's going to show us what we just added before. That whole group is isolated within the XML, and we can actually identify those groups. So if I hit extract, it's going to tell us that it's going to do multiple files because it gives you the extracted as well as the merged version of the original. So once you pull those apart, you're done. Pretty basic stuff. Okay, one thing I forgot to show in the tool here was in our interactive move tool. Let's go and refresh it here. Yeah, one thing that we forgot to show was the ability to move is pretty cool. So if I wanted to bring in this ATST here, and I wanted to move, let's say over here, put them right here somewhere, I guess. And then we just hit move, and now we move our character out of the way here. Let's go ahead and go back to our back to our downloads. Put them in our homesteads. Now before I show that, I want to take a look at something here. If you look at the ATST file itself, you'll notice one thing. It's set for Hearth's Glow. That doesn't matter because after I move it to my character's location, we didn't just move position. We actually move maps. So our decorations can now go cross map when you move with this tool. You never have to worry about going map to map with it because it'll automatically shift for you. Pretty cool, huh? As I had mentioned before, my tool is not the only tool out there, but one of the benefits of having multiple tools is that you pretty much have a way to do anything. But let's take a look at some of those other tools. There's the HomeDesigner tool, which is available now, just released actually. I think it was yesterday actually, for Blish HUD. So you can actually download that for Blish HUD, and it's a really cool interface. It lets you visually see what's going on in the game as you're placing decorations, kind of in a block style view. But it's really cool. Another build is the Homestead Studio.nl. This is a tool that a buddy of mine's been working on for a little while now, and I can tell you it's pretty awesome. It lets you view on the map here. I won't show you because I don't know how to use it all yet. I haven't touched it in a while. I only touched it when it first released, but it's a pretty unique tool that lets you maneuver large groups of decorations as layers instead of just thinking of them in XML terms. You can actually visualize your XMLs. So with the three tools here, I mean, you really have a full toolbox. You can't go wrong with all these tools. So anyway, this is just another option for you guys if you want to get out there and try one out. And I don't know if I showed this at the beginning, but you can go between leyline and inquest mode. Leyline, inquest, it's up to you. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy the tool, and hopefully I wasn't too boring. Have a good one.